Okay, so how many of you are excited for the day 7, the graduation day, the mini graduation that we are having here, the online one? Type E in the chat box. Thanks, Tanmay. Thanks, Sujeet. Thanks, Rajiv. Thanks, Rajendra. That's great. Okay, so let's also give the session link to people who are joining on YouTube. Okay, good. So this session will be slightly longer than our usual session. We have 30 to 40 minutes. This will go, like 50 minutes or maybe roughly touching 1 hour. Also, try to be prepared that way. Great. Okay, so let me share the link to our friends on YouTube. So people who are watching us on Zoom, you can join in using this particular link. Okay, and the passcode is great. So we are going to begin our session with our no technique, our prayer, where we are going to use this to clear the self-doubt and negativity that we have. So I would request you to close your eyes. Right? Take a deep breath. Relax your breath. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your cheeks. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your feet. So I'm going to take my name. You would be taking yours. I would be saying Sakshi, and you'd be taking your own name. Right? So we'll be using the Ho'oponopono technique, which uses the 5 high energy, high vibration statements, which is I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And we are going to talk to our own self, our beautiful spirit, your energy, right? So I request you to put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi. Here you will take your name. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi, for not taking care of you. I'm so sorry for disconnecting with you. I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. I am the one who judges you so much. I am the one who criticizes you so much. Please forgive me for underestimating you. Please forgive me for not believing in you. Thank you, dear Sachi, for letting me have this beautiful experience of life. Thank you so much. From now on, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you. It doesn't matter who doesn't appreciate you. Because I promise you, from now on, I love you, dear Sachi. I'm here and I would never let you go again. So give yourself a strong hug. Put your arms across your shoulders. Not a casual one. Give a warm one. Slowly open your eyes. Rub your hands together and put that energy to your feet. Great. Amazing. So give me one word in the chat box. How was the Ho'oponopono technique result for you before and after? Rajiv says relaxing. Calming. Vijay says cool. Okay. Can take that. Cool. That's great. Peaceful. Calm. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. And people who are watching on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, you can see there is a link to Zoom session in the chat. You can directly join the Zoom session and interact with us. Okay, so let's begin our session. Okay, let me pull out the presentation. Okay, so let me know when you're able to see next. Great. Okay. Yes. Python for AI in 7 days, graduation day. So in this 7 days, we have learned the basic concepts of people. So people who are from non-coding background were also able to code and run the basics program. So I'm really thankful and grateful to everyone who has been there throughout. And kudos to you, appreciations to you as well, because I know that we had many people on the group, but only few made it to the YouTube lives and the Zoom sessions for whole of the 6 days or at least 5 days, right? So and that in itself is a statement that you are committed to learning or upskilling. So I'm really appreciative and really thankful for giving me 30 minutes of your day for the past 4 or 5 days, giving yourself that time and practice, right? Thank you so much for that. Okay, so let's begin. A quick recap of the Python for AI week. So what we have learned on day one is the basics, the variables, print statements and all. Then we've learned about conditionals. We've learned about functions. How many of you remember functions? Type 3 in the chat. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Rahul. Thanks, Raju. Thanks, Tanmay. Thanks, Rajendra. Okay, so you remember the day 3 also. We've revised it as well on day 6. So we've covered lists and we've covered loops on day 4 and day 5. Yeah, thank you so much, Shantanu. Okay, so now the time for certifications, and we've got a lot of people who have applied for certifications for the 7-day program. You will get all the certifications, for completing the Python in 7 days program conducted through Pixeltests. These certificates will directly come to your email box, right? So the same email that you filled in the form, this will reach you. So it normally takes 24 hours from the time you fill it to the time you get it, right? So you'll get it from the supported Pixeltest email, right? So thank you so much for actually being here and taking up. In the remainder of the program, we are also going to talk about, as we promised, the prospects of AI and everything also. But before that, I would request anyone to share their experience. How were their result? And can anybody share the result? How was it before these 7 days and after? Right? I would request someone to mute and speak, summarize their results. You can even go ahead and tell what you have put it on the form also. Because we've seen that many people have put kind words on the form, that how was their result and all those things, right? Yeah. Rajiv sir, you want to unmute and speak? We have Kunal. Thanks for joining in. Yes, Rajiv sir, please go ahead.
Before joining this session, I used to think that Python is
Sir, your voice is coming from a distance. Can you put your mic?
Actually, I'm using an earbud, so it's creating a
problem. Now it is better. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So before joining the sessions, I used to think that Python is something that is too technical and it's quite hard to learn. But within these 7 days, I was able to understand the basics of Python, and I'm able to execute certain actions out there. That seems to be very a great experience for me.
Thank you so much, Rajiv sir. Can you tell, which city you are from and what is your current background?
Yeah, actually, I'm working at a mid-management level. The position I held is assistant manager operations in a BPO company. Wow. That is Concentrix, that's private limited, and I live in Gurgaon. So
yes,
I have a work experience of approximately 16 years.
Wow, that's really beautiful. So thank you so much for even with your immense work experience also, you can, remained as a beginner for these particular sessions, and that tells us your learning mindset and growth mindset. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for that.
of course, I want to upgrade myself
Yes.
because to I just think that to survive in this hard world, you need to always keep on learning something. And that's why I'm doing two things right now. One is that Python and the other is Lean Six Sigma.
Yes.
So that I can upgrade myself.
Very much right, Arthur. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I'm really glad that people just could mentor you. Thank you so much. Right, sir. So we'll stay along. We'll also tell more about our program as well, and a little bit about opportunities. So anyone else, Tanmay, Anthony Krishna, Rajendran, who have been, we have seen each other. Uh, yes,
Yeah, sir. Can I speak, sir? Yeah.
please go ahead.
Yeah, is my voice audible to you, everyone?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I joined the class from the bootcamp from day two only. So,
Okay.
so I get a link from social media, Facebook only. So before the section, I didn't even know a single code in Python, but now I can able to understand the code, whatever may be in whatever website. I can, if I see a program, I can understand what is the logic written in the program.
That's really great. That's really great, Shantan Krishna. Which city you are from, Shantan Krishna?
Actually, I'm Salem, Tamil Nadu, sir.
Salem, Tamil Nadu. Yes,
Yeah.
that's really nice. Currently, I'm actually based from Hyderabad, but I'm near a place called Manamadurai. So I think you can.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Right. Really nice knowing that Shantanu Krishna, that transformation. What is your background? What is your current background?
Actually, I'm a BCA student, sir.
Okay.
2017 passed out. I'm working in a local IT company, Macintosh Technology, in my hometown. So as a web developer, I'm good in HTML, CSS, and a little bit in JavaScript concept for animations only.
That's really nice to know.
And I'm Figma tool. I think you know it is a designing tool, Figma.
Figma, designing tool, UI UX. Yes, we are aware.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm in that purpose only, sir. But I want to switch my career to back-end developer to earn more money.
100%. So if you are in UI domain, Figma, and all those things, XD, Figma, you are very much in a good space, because it becomes easier for you to also do look and feel, user interface of front end, and also do the code part of it. For you, visualization becomes easier. So I think you're
I think Python is too easy, sir, compared with any other languages like JavaScript or Angular, React.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sure that with this easy language, you can achieve some complex, results. So that is, you can achieve some very good logics also. So
Yes,
that is something that we'll also talk about what we do in our data science course, right? So you can see that Python is being used in aerospace. Python is being used in even washing machine logic. How to run washing machine and all. So
yes.
so it is everywhere. So I'm glad that you are right choice. And,
Yes, that is why I picked Python for this. My friend refers Node.js, but it was quite complex. Without the basic of PHP or Laravel, this JavaScript, this Python concept to learn Node.js.
Act as the foundation. Yes, thank you so much, Antan Krishna, for sharing your experience. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, so we'll collect a few more results as we continue along. Thank you so much for sharing. So we'll begin our session. Okay. Right. So I hope everybody is able to see. So your certifications will reach your email. So the agenda of the program is going to be like this. So we are going to talk about, oh, my screen is visible to everyone. Type, V in the chat box. So let me know if my screen is visible. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Great. Okay. So it is visible now. So I would want to take this as an opportunity to introduce you to our community. So we here have become a small community of like 5-10 people. Now I know Shantan Krishna sir's name, Rajesh sir's name, though he joins from his family members, his child's email ID. Zoom, I still know him. So we have become so close. We have seen each other. So we have become a small community of 10, 20 to 30 people. Similarly, we have a bigger community, Pixeltests, 1,000 plus members we have in our community. We have both of our courses, blockchain and AI, and we have reached to the Pixeltest has reached to 36,000 plus professional members and mentored them, many of them through Fortune 500 kind of jobs. This is led by our founder, Jain Rasam Sethi, who is an alumni of IIT Madras and Columbia University. And this spiritual inclination that whole of the team has comes from him. This becomes part of our value, where we also think more of our mindset, the whole of the team, not just technical or management skills. It's also very much mindset, and all of this comes. So really grateful for Pixeltests and all of you for being there for whole of this 6 days. Okay. So now we'll start with an interesting fact, right? So how many of you know that 78% of the AI workforce, current AI workforce, has no prior knowledge of AI? How many of you think that fact is fascinating? Type F in the chat. Okay. It is fascinating. Thank you so much, Vijay. Thank you so much, Rajiv. Let me see another see the chat. Right. Okay. Great. Now I'm able to see the chat also. Great. Okay. So now the AI, it is beginning from salaries 9 lakhs to 34 lakhs plus, right? So this is an area where people are, getting into workplaces and getting into job roles which are paying them an average that is reaching out towards 37 lakhs, but beginning from 9 lakhs, right? So even if you are a fresher, if you properly upskill yourself in the right direction, see, like how you have sticked here for the 6 days, if you keep that momentum and keep learning for every day half an hour, I'm sure that you will know Python in deep, and you will be able to do a lot of things with Python as well, right? So now what is the possibility after this 1 hour session? So you'll also know a little about the exclusive AI community that we have. We'll also know who are our mentors. We'll also know how can you attract careers that are like 9 LPA and above, right? Okay, so let me spotlight myself. Okay, great. Now, the first agenda point is to understand the most crucial step that many people miss out. It's not technical ability, it is the mindset, right? So many times we have doubts, fears, distractions, conditioning, so and so age, from a different non-tech background. Can I do this? Can I not do this? There's a lot of things, right? The first step is to clear all that and install a growth-driven mindset. Because if we have many people in our community members, we have a huge number of people who are from tech backgrounds, who have thought that it's tough and doing so well. So it's about the initial step. If you have to clear that self-doubt, go forward, then only you will be able to do it. So at Pixeltest, we have a very good growth-driven community, which the community gives you a leverage of 1%, right? So you are actually not just learning from courses, or not just learning by yourself watching videos on YouTube. You are also supporting others, like how we are doing on our WhatsApp group. People also do it on our community, right? So just now I was having a session, other session, and 2 people, one community member was able to, he was working in Bangalore emphasis, and their other person was non-member. He was also working in emphasis in 2 different blocks. So that kind of people also, that kind of a match also happens, right? So you get to add value and take value from most of the other members also, people who are from the similar background, right? So how do we install growth mindsets? 3 takeaways you can have is like, you should have a hyper focus kind of an approach. So if your goal is to, like Shantanu Krishna's goal is to become a okay, I have to go through what Shantanu Krishna said, semi-stack developer, right? So if your goal is that, you have to hyper focus, right? You have to have systems. So what we believe in Pixel Test is systems succeed and people fail. Like for example, you should have a system to get started your day. You have a system to remember to practice. You should have systems. If you just rely on your habits, you'll not be able to go forward. So we believe that very much, and we say that you have to invest in your greatness. Now, basically, it is not just money; it is time also. Right? For example, now you all have invested 30 minutes a day every day for the past 5 to 6 days, which means that you already have told that you are investing in your greatness, because that is very important. You can spend this time watching something else, right? But you have taken that time, year and time, and come here and upskill yourself. So that is something you have to keep on doing on a conscious level. It's not like because there is a program, because there is a 7 day thing, because there is Pixel test coming up. You have to keep on doing it. Right? So you have to have systems which will automate. I would ask everybody to set reminders. Remember to set reminders to practice every day. Right? So that is one system to take away. So that is the most important step. So how many of you think that is really the most important step? Type M in the chat box. Mindset, the growth mindset, the learning mindset. M says Vijay, Rahul, Sujit. That is very important, right? You should have a very good mindset, growth-driven mindset. Thank you so much. And now we'll discuss why AI is growing, why it is growing exponentially, and how you can be part of it even without heavy prior experience in this, right? So if you see a little research also, you can see that there are articles, older articles, newer latest articles that AI trends for 2022. Now we are in 2023, how it is going to affect us, right? So you can know that, like Shantanu Krishna, you mentioned, the mainframe technologies the demand for it is going down because the market is looking to build something new. So the demand for AI, blockchain, cybersecurity is growing up, and that is where the atomic part of it, the language, the Python, is also growing, right? So becoming an AI or a data science professional is very promising because the growth is like that, right? So how many of you are excited about that? Type E in the chat box. You've started already the journey of becoming a data science professional. Yes, Vijay is excited. Shantanu Krishna is excited. Rahul is excited. That's great. Okay. Now, so what are the industries that are getting impacted by AI? Now you can see that healthcare, people are doing AI based operations also, like just precision. The precision is great, like it is robotic, healthcare. All of that is coming up, right? So which is going to give bigger edge for people who are in that particular industry. So you can automate a lot of things. You can diagnose a difficult disease even before roughly a year, just watching a few symptoms, because AI knows, like, it has seen 1 lakh people's X-rays, right? So you can use that data to create some insights. So similarly, we have manufacturing, transportation, education. Even if you are in supply chain, construction, retail, you are in. If you upskill yourself into AI, you will be able to impact or take advantage of this, right? So why is AI the hottest job? Is it only the money? No. Right? Is it only the salaries? No. Why is AI important? Is because we want good leadership, right? People who are in advanced companies, in AI kind of companies, have a very good vision for themselves for the in the future also. So the leadership is always good. The colleagues are also growth mindset people. The colleagues are also good, and fulfillment. For example, when our founder keeps saying, like, for example, if somebody is able to build something and able to get a cab which is AI running, let's just say after a few years, it's self-driving car. Now he's able to sleep well. He's able to take care of, even if he's not there. he can attend medical emergencies for his family members also. The kind of fulfillment the developer will have based upon that success stories, what AI is doing, how children are able to use voice search and actually get engaged, and how they are using it. So that kind of fulfillment is actually greater. So AI is not just because the career or it is higher. You can also get a lot of the internal benefits and the leadership kind of benefits also. How many of you agree with this? Type A in the chat box. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you, Rajendran. Thanks, Anton Krishna. Great. Okay. So that is true. Now we've understood that AI is growing. So how do you bridge the gap? So how do you match it with the skills and meet the industry demands, right? So that is what we will discuss. So here is one of our testimony. He's cracked a job in Accenture 12 LPA. He was directly mentored by Jayant in early days itself, right? So he says totally outstanding. I wasn't from a premium college. Actually, he wasn't from a technical background itself, right? So, and my campus placements were terrible and I knew I couldn't get something I would be passionate about. But now he made it with consistency and, the passion that we all possess, right? So really thankful that we have members like that in our community. So now we have understood that AI is growing, but now the next portion of the agenda is 3 fields in AI that members master and do projects on, right? So basically, if you look at many people ask question, I've learned a little of Python. What next? So how many of you had questions? Like I've understood a little Python. So what I can do next, right? So yes, how many of you have that question? Like me in the chat box. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Ajit. Okay. Great. So what we do, yeah, thanks, Shantan Krishna. So what happens here is 3 fields in AI that will actually take you forward is just a minute. So what will happen here is we'll understand the 3 next areas which are going to be very impactful, right? So you upskill, the first portion of it is pre-processing, right? So once you understand Python in a deeper sense also, which we do in our data science course, then you'll do first thing called the pre-processing, where the cleaning of data happens, right? So basically, now if you are getting huge sets of data, how do you first pre-process it and make it ready for the machine? And that is very important. So that is the first step. And in this requires fluency with Python. Now, even the fluency in Python, now we have learned a few functions and all. Now we also learn more about deeper concepts like NumPy and Pandas. Those are also covered in our modules, right? So then once you understand, you will understand how to handle tables and how to master code, right? So how many of you think that cleaning data for actually the machines to use is essential? Type E in the chat. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Shivanshu. Thanks, Raju, sir. Okay. So basically, that is the first area. So now you learn Python. The next step is maybe you can go for pre-processing kind of an area, right? So that is the beginning, right? So now this every data science professional will be able to do pre-processing. But the next important thing is model building, right? So how do you give the intelligence? Now you're given intelligence to a Python program to, give scores, right? You are able to get scores of a person by giving, what grade is from what course. But now you have to give intelligence to Python programs where it can take care of a few small portions, right? So those things also you learn here. In data science, you will understand how to work with data and get deeper insights, right? So like, let's just say now you are going in different directions on Google Maps and you want to know which is the shortest way or which is the best way to go reach that particular destination, least traffic or no toll gate kind of a thing, right? So that is an insight that you can get by using some data. So there it could be a real-time data or so you have to have the intelligence and you have to give that intelligence to the program. You don't have to write the whole program. Some people might be scared, oh, how will I write Google Maps? You don't have to. When you become a developer, you write a very small portion of it. And they'll tell this is what needs to be developed, and we have to give this smaller intelligence. Many people as a team build it, right? So it is not brainchild of one particular person. So you'll be able to build models that will get insights. So that is the first layer, which is data science. We have a program for that, which is AI bronze. Here you will cover the basics of it. Now you will expand from Python, go deeper, and learn. You have to just give time and practice to it. Then there is machine learning, where machine itself, you give the intelligence to itself to think on itself. Say, okay, now what should you do? That is where you ask Siri or you Google Assistant, right? So you ask something, you say something, a portion of the music, lyric, and it will still bring you that song. Like, how many people have experienced that? You ask Google to, come bring a song back and gave not the title of the song, but something in between, right? Type me in the chat. Prashant has done it. Okay. So basically now the machine knows, right? So it has learned, it is learning based upon the data that we are giving, right? So basically, if I am talking now, machine learning, if you can talk to Google even in your own language. We can talk in Telugu, Tamil, Hindi. So what is happening when the model first gets launched? Many people, it is still learning. The errors will be more. Slowly, it is learning on itself. Machine learning happens. The machine is learning on its own based upon new data that is coming. So you can program that, and then you go for deeper learning, where deeper insights come in, where healthcare kind of areas can be impacted, right? So you can start with data science modules, model building, and even attract outcomes which are like 9 to 15 LPA. You can even first go there, like then later on, while having a job, a data science job, you can even upskill for even bigger modules, better modules, right? And then get into machine learning. And then once you get a machine learning job, you keep upskilling. This upskilling has to be there. This mindset that you have got till now, you have to retain it. You have to keep doing it, right? So that is there. And we also guide you, handhold, right? So how many of you find this particular knowledge of what to do next valuable? Type V in the chat box. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Neha. Shantanu Krishna says, myself. Yes, thank you so much. Right? Thank you, Raju sir. So now model building is the second stage. Right? So then the third post. Okay, let me summarize this. Just give me a second. Sorry. Yeah, so basically, let me just also summarize how this happens. Now, machine learning, let's just say 2 types of data is coming to this particular block, right? So now here your logic sits, right? So there is some training data. You might have already given some data already to it, right? So which it is getting trained on, the initial data. And there is newer, latest data also coming here, right? So the program, the portion of programs that you or the whole team has made sits in the ML algorithm. You will first train the algorithm, you give it data, then it will understand, okay, this is how I have to respond for so and so things. And then it will make a prediction. It will tell this is the way, shortest way to go. And sometimes it is wrong. How many times you have been misguided by Google Maps, right? Type me in chat box if it has happened with you. Especially in the earlier days, these beginning days, it has happened with me, right? So it happened with many of you. Yeah, great. So now what happens? The prediction in the early stages becomes, it is not it has a lot of errors, but slowly, now it learns. Okay, then I tell that, this is wrong. This is taking a lot of time. And then it'll keep on doing this in a loop. Like we have learned loops, right? So it will keep on doing the predictions until it gets it right. And then we are going to test it. So this is where we test our model. And once the model is tested and we are sure that, okay, this is running well and this is that, then they release for public. Then that becomes a successful model. Right? So this is the machine learning part. Whatever we have learned here, understanding it in a deeper sense, like, in a real world kind of situation. But you don't have to do whole of it. You have to just do a portion of it, right? So that is how these teams and companies work. People who are already working, they know that. Now, like Shantan Krishna, if you are from a UI background, you have to take care of UI. Somebody else is there to develop the program action, right? So that is how you divide the work, divide the work within the teams, right? So then comes the deployment. Now your program sits in your laptop. That will not help the world become a better place, right? Right. So you have to put it in a place where people can use. So that is where you deploy it to hardware, or you deploy it to cloud, where AWS kind of, Amazon Web Services kind of things come. You can be this particular into this division, or it could be somebody else on your team. It could be in the model building, it could be in the deployment, but you will be able to work as a team. And these are the three important areas that will help you become a full stack scientist. Right? So now you have learned Python. You keep on learning it. You become fluent with Python. Then you go ahead to learn about model buildings. Once you learn a little bit of model building, you will be able to answer a few interview questions. You answer a few interview questions. You do a few interviews. You crack a job. You keep learning. You keep deploying. Right. So how many of you think that is a very good thing to live, right? So do you think a good thing to experience? Type G in the chat box. Yes, Rahul is excited. Rahul thinks that is a very good thing to happen. Yes, thank you so much, Rajesh sir. Right, so we get there. Thank you so much, Shantan Krishna. Okay. So now to summarize, like it was a little complex. Now just to simplify, like if somebody asks you, like let's say your mother, your grandmother asks you what is that you do, you don't tell these all things, right? You say there's data that comes, and here sits your ML. Whatever we do, it comes here, and it does a lot of things, and then we give an output that goes into your mobile phones or internet, right? So this is what happens. In data pre-processing happens, feature extraction, model selection, optimization, validation, conversion, and then comes to compiler and console, and then the package is built. That goes into your software or cloud or the hardware, right? So this is to make it simple. So now this is how it happens. This happened with our smaller community also. This happens with our 1,000 people community also. Before the program, people think this Python, this data, and this AI is complex, right? This is like this person. Later, once they get inside, they'll start rolling with it, and a little later they start playing with it. So, how many of you experienced this in the past 4 or 5 days with the same small portions of AI, right? Small portions of Python. How many of you think this is true? Type T in the chat. Yes, right. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Suji. Basically, why it is true? Wherever you give time, results flow, and we believe that, right? So if you start giving time to whatever course or curriculum that you have, you will start playing with it, right? So you have to have that consistency along, and we help you with that, right? Thank you so much. If you think that is true, thanks. So now, we have a few little testimonials from Ajit. You can see these are public, and this was on a session by Professor Anand. We have experienced people. I'm telling, if you're loved or I enjoyed partly my sessions, I'm 100% sure that you will be able to enjoy, Professor Anand Jairam's, Rajiv sir's, even Jain sir's program boards, right? Because they are more experienced and they make it more simpler even than me, right? So that is what you can, experience within the session. The session was an overview of how to see and analyze data and make sense out of it in Excel, right? So when he's told, the professor was kind enough to explain the concepts in layman terms, right? So I've told you, like, they'll make it easier. So how many of you want data science to be made easier for them? Type D in chat box. Thanks, Krishna. Thanks, Ram. Thanks, Ramkish. So our intent is to make it easier because I've told it earlier also. Our goal is to, have, 1 million AI scientists and Web3 developers. So now how do we do that? Is by making it easier, making it smaller portions, right? So we had a bigger program. We made it even smaller. We made it even more accessible. Now it is on YouTube. Now you are also part of it. So now this gave you an opening to know that the entry point is not tough. People think it is tough. So that is where we can actually go impact 1 million people, right? 1,000 to 1 million. It's a big journey, right? So how many of you want to be part of it? Type me in the chat box. Right? We're getting there. Thank you so much. Thanks, Prashant. Right, so we have covered the 3 fields in AI that AI members or any person who is getting into this area would have his eyes on, right? So first, he want to get a data science job. He want to learn data science models, then go for machine learning, then go for deep learning, right? So, I wish this to more and more people, right? Here, who are people who are not there here also, because this is the future, right? More people become part of this is a good thing, right? So now we'll also understand how to become part of our community, right? So what is this AI membership? I've given a little brief yesterday, but how many of you are interested in knowing how to become part of this membership, become part of the community? I mean, which are. Thanks, Prashant. Prashant wrote me before I asked the question. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rajendra. Right. So what makes the community is like people who are agile, who are quick as in terms of learning, in terms of active to learn new things, people who have that learning mindset, people who are hard and smart working. So if you have these qualifications, you are very much welcome to the community because we have many people who are like that, who help each other, right? So now we've talked about the community also. We'll also talk about more details, how you can be part of the community. But now, for example, you have enough technical skills and you have enough knowledge, but how to crack a job? Right? How do you do that? Because that itself is a different skill, facing interviews, talking to the employer or the panel, right? So how many of you think that is also very essential? Type E in the chat box. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Sujit. Thanks, Sham. Thanks, Sham and Krishna. So because when you are looking for jobs, especially which is not your industry, for example, you might know now, Chandan Krishna, you might know about UI. You might know where to look for, how to look for such jobs, who is hiring, and what are your opportunities and all. Everybody knows for them this thing. But if you want to get into something new, you would know where to apply for. So that is the first issue. And you have other issues like not receiving many interview calls. How many of you relate with these? Type R in the chat box. Receiving calls but can't convert. You get an offer but not the CTC, right? So these are very relatable issues because these are essentials. So we also have one of our bundled course, which is interview mastery. Yes, exactly right. That's what Shantanu Krishna also feels. We also feel, right? So that is where we also have a job attraction strategy because we said, right, systems work, people fail, right? So you have to have a system where you can keep attracting jobs, right? You should go ahead and apply for, jobs like on LinkedIn, maybe 10 jobs each week. You have to systematically go ahead and do it. It's not like you applied and then said like, I applied once and I'm not getting opportunities. It does not happen like that. So this is one particular way, but you have to have that system. So you also need to understand there is something called ATS. So this is like the middleman. Now we are trying to build AI. These employers, HRs, the Naukris and all those portals have their own AI. Whenever you submit your resume, they have an ATS, which is this application tracking system, which will read your resume before a person reads. And it will tell the employer if it is rejected or accepted for them to shortlist. they'll not be able to go through, 1,000 applications at once, right? So they also are having this AI. So now because this is AI, how can you, improvise your CV? That is important. How many of you think this is an fascinating fact, right? There is something that is going to filter your resume, which is also AI, right? Type F in the chat box. Correct. And that is true. Now, ATS is something, this fact will, surprise you. 75% of the CVs are rejected by ATS. Though you have technical skill, but because you do not have a proper nice CV, I mean, with the keywords and everything, your CV is not even reaching the right employer. I mean, it's not even having the chance. How can you have the interview? Right? So how many of you think this is fascinating? I mean, the surprising words. Type S in the chat box. Yes, Vijay. Yes, Vijay. It is surprising. Yeah. Yes, Rajiv. This happens. People, they attempt applying jobs like that. Okay, there's one resume, copy resume of your colleague or friend or other person who's applied or already working. Change your names, details, and all, then upload. Does not work. You have to have some keyword somewhere. So the ATS, you go to the other side and at least you get calls. Right? So that is very important. So we have, created our interview mastery module also, which will tell you how to create, a better CV. This is a very overlooked portion, but even our CEO, JN Rasan Shetty sir, is very concerned about this, and he takes personal YouTube sessions. You can find it on YouTube also, because that is very essential. So you are even not getting the opportunity is a very wrong thing. Right? So that is why you have to have knowledge of it. So we also teach you all that. So we'll also tell you how to be visible, how to have outreach. Right? Let's just say a strategy where you get calls from LinkedIn, email, blogs. How do you go and apply all those things? We'll also tell you how to negotiate better. Right? For example, if you're switching from a different domain and getting into and they'll say, okay, you're from a different domain. So, we can offer this only, this only. Then how do you go ahead and negotiate? That is essential. It's because most of the times if they see the skill in you, if you say okay for any particular amount, they'll be okay with that. So how do you negotiate? So these are all essentials that are all getting covered in our, interview mastery also. Right? So this is one of the testimonial culture and important, job at Novartis. He's getting a 30 LPA. These testimonials are also there in our Hall of Fame. You can go through them. You can listen to him, see his video, and understand what he did to crack a job, being from a different background, how he did it. So all those things you can even learn from this. We have something called goals. When somebody joins, and when those goals they reach, we have a Hall of Fame. So people who finish their goals, we interview them, right? Because we think that people who have achieved the goals is something that is commendable. We record them and we share it with other our community members. So that is one benefit that you get, right? So they keep on sharing their valuable insights also, how they crack, what were some things that helped them, right? So we have covered the how do members crack promising AI jobs. How many of you, understood, knew a few, learned few new things? Type N in the chat box. So a little about yes, Champion. Thank you so much. Right. So we'll also now understand about the AI membership. So we've understood the first step, which is focus, hyper focus, having systems for learning, applying, and continuing practice, and investing in your greatness, time and effort and energy and money, right? So this is what we have learned in the step 2 also, right? We have understood after Python, there is pre-processing, model building, deployment, right? So in model building, there is data science, there is machine learning, there is deep learning, right? So that is what we have learned. And if you are able to, slowly get there, not at once. We have faced it. You do not plan to just become a AI engineer at once, right? So I guess like even people, Chandran Krishna, first you might have become a graphic designer, then UI designer, right? So that is how you have to progress. That is very relevant, right? Yes. Now, the step 3 also we have understood: interview mastery, negotiation skills, CV skills, right? So we also, once you get all of these, then you become, you will attract better career opportunities also, right? So how many of you are, feeling all of this information as valuable? Type E in the chat box. Thank you so much, Sujit. Thank you, Sham. Thank you, Prashant. Yeah, so I keep asking because I want, because I'm the only one speaking. I want you to guys me to know that you are there. Thank you so much, Raji. So you understood the job attraction strategy also, right? So we have covered most of our agenda point except for how to join our community. We have told about it a little earlier also. So we'll speak about it now. We have summarized. Let's summarize. So what we have understood is there's a huge gap in the industry demands and skills. The solution is upskill and thrive, not just survive. Maximum automation is happening. Only high quality jobs are there, right? So because earlier, if there was something a person had to do, now it is getting automated, right? So how do you get into the making of the automation? So use opportunity attraction strategies. That is the solution. The second thing is your current mindset, your current beliefs, your education systems. Even the whole open technique is one particular technique that we use to, talk to ourselves and say that, okay, now you can do it. You have a chance, and remove that negativity and self-doubt, right? So that also helps that install growth principles, be part of a growth community, growth driven tribe is the solution. Right, so that is being the summary. So now, are you ready to transform as a full stack AI professional or a data science professional, bag promising AI opportunities, start attracting smaller data science opportunities to start with, stay relevant in this particular industry, or become part of this particular industry? Type R in the chat box if you're ready to be part of it. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, Ajit, sir. Okay. So now let me tell you the AI bronze community. We have even yesterday told you the price of it is 6990. It is 6990. Okay. So this particular course covers the first step that we discussed in the 3 modules. We have guided you on to what are the next steps, and we have also given you. This is where we have our whole of our course also. If you've enjoyed my sessions, I'm 100% sure you will enjoy the rest of it. And this is a way to give yourself a chance to see if AI Silver is for you. Now, traditionally, we only had AI Silver, which is like a 40,000 course, right? Even it is heavily valued. Its market value is higher than that. But we have made it smaller, to entry, right? So do you understand what is data science and attract data science kind of opportunities? So this course starts at 7,000, right? So along with that, we have interview mastery, Hall of Fame, and the inner circle world that I have discussed about. So how many of you want to know what is inside this AI bronze community? What all is getting covered? How many of you are interested? Type I in the chat box. Okay, so let me also, I've shared it yesterday also. Let me also share the link to the payment as well. So this is the link for the 6790 course. So you will continue what is there in this particular session. But yes, Prashant says he's interested. We have people on our social channels also. Let me share the links with people there. Okay. In the meanwhile, if you have any queries, questions, please, you can even ask us and unmute and ask. Okay, Mahesh, we have Mahesh Shukla who's joined. Just sharing the link with you, Mahesh. Great. Okay. So how many of you think the information that you've got till now is valuable to you, at least to be informed, right? It's not about the course itself, we would be glad. See, we'll not be able to give whole of the course just in 7 days. You know that it is not possible, and it is also resource extensive. We had to arrange all this. Everything takes resources, and definitely it has to be a paid course. And we have been very transparently telling you that there's been a course also. But your certifications, people who have joined late, the certification for the first 5-7 days program you will receive on your email. But people who are serious and who want to pursue in the data science as a career option, or at least explore, give themselves a chance to know what they are capable of. I'm 100% here to help you through that journey, right? Not just now, even while you are in the course, I'll be there to answer your queries and guide you and take you to the next steps, right? So yeah, so people can make the payment now and become part of the community as well, right? So we'll continue to know what is there in this. How many of you want me to continue and let us know, learn about what is there in this particular 7,000, what you can get in this? Let's see in the chat box. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Vijay. Okay, I would need still more interest and sees from people so that, yes, thank you so much, Anthony Krishna. Great, okay. I'll proceed. Thank you. Okay, so let's go for screen share. So the inner circle that we have, it covers all the sessions, all the valuable sessions that we have done, physical events, virtual events, where our founder, Jayendra Anjati sir, he talks to the community, guides them onto the opportunities, tells them about the job opportunities. Even we bring pre-placement talks. We have many companies who come and tell us what are they looking in the candidates, right? Because we are an AI community, people come to us for hiring AI people. If you're ready at that moment, you can go ahead and apply. That also becomes easier, right? So you were given the previous interview questions, what are things that are commonly expected out of a data science professional. All those things are covered. So now this AI bronze is your gateway to data science kind of an opportunity, because this will cover your data science kind of modules. Once you're confident enough in here, you can go forward, even opt for the bigger course, even on EMIs, and all those options are there. But this is your first step, right? So how many of you believe that first steps are important? Type FS in the chat box. It is important, right? Thanks, Vijay. Right, so that the inner circle vault is a bonus that comes along with the course. And here we have the community access is with you, like how we are exchanging our messages, how we are exchanging our values. You will have many other people to share your information, learn from them. Most importantly, learn from them, right? So we have people from all backgrounds, all age groups, from all profiles, people who are IRS, IFS officers, till project managers, people who are doctors also. We have Dr. Rachna Hadian, who is a community member, who is exploring this area because AI is touching healthcare also. She's a dental doctor. We have even community members who have researched, applied for patents, who have got patents also. Such members are also there in our community. So it's a very valuable community, right? So how many of you want to surround yourself with people like that? Type S in the chat box. That saying is there, right? You're sum of 5 people around you. Right? So now you have 1,000 people. Great. Yes, thank you, Rajesh sir. Right, so that is there. Now, inner circle vault. The value of inner circle vault outside is 10,000 rupees. Now, this is part of your 7,000. Okay. And we have interview mastery. Now, we've understood the importance of cracking interviews. We've understood how ATS is going to block us, or CVs that are not good it is going to not let us reach our interviewers, right? Now we understood all that. We also need to know what questions, what will happen if we are able to crack ATS. What happens if the person asks interview questions? How do you answer them? How do you negotiate? So from beginning till end of whole of the interview mastery, all of this is covered. We have recorded sessions. We have live sessions also for this. Both of them are there. So you can interact with us. In a few sessions, I'll also be able to guide you. A few sessions, James sir himself guides. Few of already recorded sessions are also there, because the content remains same, right? Even if 1 month back, if it was recorded, the content is going to be relevant still now. So you can even see recorded sessions. You can attend the live sessions. Right? It is valuable for everyone, right? So interview mastery is also worth 10,000, included with your 7,000 membership. The link is in the chat box, right? People watching on Zoom, it is in the chat. Okay. Okay, so let me just take a moment to check. How many of you are trying to make the payment right now? Type P in the chat box, because I would want to welcome Kaise, we have received your payment where as a pay. Thank you so much for trusting us. I really loved you being with us for the whole of these 7 days. We're going to continue our journey further. Thank you so much for joining in and trusting us. Yes, congratulations. Let me. Okay, so you're on YouTube. Let me type here. Come on. Thank you so much. Great. Yes, we'll continue. If there's any question also, you can even ask. If better, you join the Zoom session and interact and ask your questions directly also. But we are here to help, right? Now you're part of the community. You will receive a welcome call from the team also tomorrow, and you can even ask questions there. Okay, so I'm not able to see the chat again. Just give me a second. Okay, so how many people are interested in the data science or AI branch, right? I in the chat box. If you have a few questions, if you want to speak to me, if you want to ask questions right now, you can do that. Or if you want to talk to me also, that's also fine, right? So completely open to that. Okay, let me bring the chat box. Okay. I will receive chat. Okay. Thank you so much, Sujit sir, for joining the community. Thank you so much. Okay. So we have Hall of Fame. Now, the testimonials that I've given, Srini Kandila, the Shekhar Madula, Kali Charan, what is the TLPA person. So their interviews, what they have done, all of that is recorded and kept safe for you in the Hall of Fame modules also. Go ahead and learn from there. Right? So that is worth 5,000. Okay, so that is also included in your 7,000 course. So how many of you think this is valuable? I mean, the course is valuable. You take it or not. You take the course is valuable. I mean, the chat. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Prashant. Thank you. Great. Okay. So basically, to add more value, you will have this certification from IIT Madras along with Pixeltest. The certification that you will receive for today's session will be from Pixeltest. It is valuable. But now if you have a course that is vetted, cross-checked, and something that even IIT Madras is sure about, know what to think. Right? So the certificate comes from IIT Madras, even for the 7,000 course. So we have requested the management to bring the certification even accessible for people who are doing the data science modules as well. So that is definitely a value add to many people. So even if you do the 7,000 course, you will get a certification. The certification here, it is machine learning. You will get the data science certification, and it will be signed by the professors, the chairman of CC, which is the online education of the Center for Continuing Education of IIT Madras. Okay, it's a joint certification from IIT Madras and Pixeltests. Right. So, how many of you think that is valuable? Type V in the chat box. Right. Thank you, Ryan, sir. Yes. Okay, so you'll get the certificate also, and this is not just a certificate that tells you that okay, I've learned it. You mean you have completed it? There will be a small quiz towards the end of it. We will ensure that you learned it thoroughly. It's we just do not want to make 1 million AI scientists like that. We want to make good AI scientists or data science professionals, right? So that is what we'll be doing. So now let us stack it all together. What is the whole value of it? The whole value of it is 40,999, but our price is 6,990. You can go ahead and sign up for the course. The link is in the chat box. Let me share it once again with you. If anybody has a query, you can go ahead and ask your query now. You can unmute and ask. Hello, meet ma'am. Hello, Rajan sir. So any question? Hey, Swastik, I think you might have joined late because not seen in the beginning, but if you joined late, you can watch the recording on YouTube as well. And if you fill the certification form, you'll get the certificate over email. So that is the portion that you might have missed in the beginning. But thank you so much for joining all throughout for all of the 4 days, all of the 6 days. Sorry. Great. So if there's any question, I think Rajan sir, you have had a question yesterday. Maybe the session ended towards the time maxing out, but you may even ask it right now, sir. Even maybe we can discuss it if there's anything. Okay, the course content. Thank you so much. A very good question. How could I miss that? Right? Yes, that was on the agenda. The next. Thanks for asking. Okay, so the course content goes like this. I'm going to our LMS. You'll get access to the LMS. Okay. I'm going to say let me log in. Let me show you the course. Right. So anybody is interested in making payment now, later, type P in chat. Thanks, Vijay. Till when there's no price law or anything, so we want this to be accessible, but we have more bonus content for people who are joining now. So I would request you to try to be in the early adopters, right? So be in the beginning people. Okay, so let me show you the course. So here, this will be your model. This will be your module where you will have access to all the courses, all the modules also. So Rajesh, you can see that here the orientation will be there. In the orientation, we'll be talking about the growth mindset. Here we have even got book author, a person who was monk earlier, and how he had the mindset and how he could overcome a lot of his own blogs and Mr. Nitya Shanti. I think that's definitely a watch. So everybody has to watch it. It's very powerful. And then we have introduction to Python programming. Now you have learned the basics of Python programming. We'll have a little in-depth of Python program, right? Because we said for pre-processing itself, we need fluency in Python, right? So we would equip you with that fluency in introduction to Python programming. And we also have additional resources for learning Python in a deeper level, right? So that also will be covered. So people who think that if there's anything more that needs to be learned in Python, here will be the place. Then we'll cover statistics. Now the course would require a little understanding of a few to build AI models. You need to understand a few mathematical models. So we cover that also from basic, right? So you might have learned this way long back, or you might have forgotten. So we'll make you aware. These are basic concepts as well. You don't have to be like, afraid of, is it maths or is it some calculus or something? It's not. It's very simple math that is essential for your data science, becoming a data science professional. So that is also covered, right? So how many of you think that is essential? Type E in the chat box. Yes, Neat ma'am says E. Nijay says E. It is essential. Okay? So we'll also guide you there, and we'll also guide with the models of which are depending on the maths also. We'll give you additional resources also, and even if there's any doubt or anything else, we'll help you, right? So there's no second thought on that. You can always reach out to me. So here or in my contact details. So we're so open about it, right? So we have linear algebra, linear models also. We have something called Kaggle challenge. Kaggle challenge is where you're going to test your own skills. So that also is covered. It's like a global platform where you can test and get scores for whatever you are submitting, right? So we'll get you from in this non-coding kind of a mindset to little slowly into coding, little into this thing. It's actually beautiful once you start learning how it is impacting and how you are feeling it is easy. It becomes more and more interesting, right? So that was a good question, Rajesh sir. And we have other modules also, which are the applied modeling. We have even we have a deeper course also. Let me also give you an understanding of that. That other deeper course covers sessions from Rajiv sir. We talk about models which are supervised learning. Those are machine learning topics. I'm just going to give you an understanding so that you will first want to clear the first steps and get a job with data science and then go for the next steps, right? So let me also give you a glimpse of that, right? So this is the curriculum and the deeper part of it. So the orientation, the Python programming, the basics of it, how to use a few libraries, right? Starting from hello world, variable types, all those things. Then introduction to machine learning. Here in each module, you'll have separate sections. Each module will cover a lot of things in deep, right? So ML modeling and all those things will also be covered here, right? So our goal is to make it simpler for you, right? So were we able to make Python simpler for you? Was Python made simpler for you? Type S in the chat box. Yes. Yes, thank you so much, Shantanu Krishna. Thank you so much. Vijay, thank you so much. Yes, because that's our goal. We want to make it simpler and phase-wise. Okay, so this will bring us to the conclusion of this particular session. Thanks for being there. Congratulations to everyone who's here, right? And so if at all you want to reach out and pursue data science in a serious way, we are here to help, right? So you can always reach out. So how many of you are interested? Like, I've got a few eyes, but can you just give me a count? Like, let me understand how many of you are interested in pursuing data science now or later. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm not going to take the names which already have told I. Thank you, Jay. Rajiv sir, the answer is yes. Yeah, I would keep the question to you, but the answer is yes, because we have members in our community who have turned plus 15 of that and still able to change their profiles. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have pleasure to, at that particular when we have some roadblock, when we have some mind block, when we see people transform just after one course, right? It's not just a transformation only for your technical or career front. You start seeing things differently everywhere. So if you're able to get this at this particular moment, at this particular block, mental block, now you will start doing all things differently. So this is what we have seen. I request you to go through our YouTube channel and search for a few videos, one-to-ones with JSF, where people had inner circle you can search for. You will find a lot of use cases. People who are from different backgrounds, different age groups were able to make it. So, okay. So thank you so much, Rajesh sir. I've confirmed one of the payment also earlier. Suji, yes, thank you so much, Suji. And I would want to tell everyone also, Rajiv sir is interested. Sir, would you want to unmute and share what made you think that this is ideal for you? Just in small things. What is it? Because in the earlier, when I told Shantanu Krishna also, when you tell it out, you commit yourself to go forward and complete it. Right? So would you be interested in sharing what transformation and what thought came in that made you think that you have to go and pursue this? Very small, top of the mind. You don't have to reframe, filter it, or whatever you feel. You can share your experience.
Yeah, I think this will help me improve and take my learnings further. So I'll go with this.
Thank you so much, Rajesh sir. We are with you. You can think through it. I will also be sharing the link as you have asked. And even when your certificate link, when you get the certificate automatically, if you filled yesterday after 24 hours, you will get the link. That link itself, in the mail itself, you will have the link as well. Even Shantanu Krishna or Meet Ma'am, you can go ahead and think through and then make the payment. So that will also have the link. I'll also be sharing. You have my contact details also. You let me also share the email ID here. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Rajesh sir. Great. So we'll be closing our session with our open technique. Any other words or queries that you have, you can ask. Shantanu Krishna, if you want to unmute, ask anything. People who are on YouTube, let me just check if you have any questions. People on LinkedIn. Okay. So let me also congratulate Ajit on YouTube for the thought itself, like for the step itself. Okay? Thank you so much, Rajiv sir, for taking that. Yes, surely, Shantanu Krishna, we are with you. You can always reach out. Thanks for taking that decision. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meet Ma'am. And looking forward, we'll be closing our sessions. If you are like Rajiv sir, if you're going, you're having a dinner or something, just say it. Right? It's a very friendly group that we have. Thank you so much for being there all throughout for all these 6 days, 7 days. Right? Thank you so much, and a very happy New Year. I hope you crush all your. Thank you so much, Andan Krishna. Wonderful experience for us as well. Right? Crush all your goals and make it big. Right? So, but take small steps. Thank you so much. Okay, so I would request everybody to relax their breathing. This is the career ho no technique, right? Because you consumed a lot of information, I will need to relax, right? Okay, so you can keep doing this even after your 7 days also, right? So relax your forehead, relax your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your feet. So you'll be repeating after me. Here we are going to talk to our career. I'm responsible for myself and my career. Okay. I'm really sorry, dear career, for not taking care of you. I'm really sorry, dear career, for putting so much stress on you. Please forgive me, dear career, for putting so much stress on you. Please forgive me, dear career, for not giving you enough time and practice. Thank you, dear career, in spite of all these situations, for taking care of. Thank you, dear career, by fulfilling all my needs. Thank you, dear career, for fulfilling all your duties. Thank you so much. I know that I have not told you many times. I know that I have not told you many times, dear career, and of you, even in your current situation and in any situation. Thank you so much. Great. So slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, and put that energy to your feet. Okay, so how is everyone feeling? Just give me one word. What is your result before and after the whole Ho'oponopono technique? Calm, relaxing, peaceful, nice, peace one. Thank you so much, Anand. Okay, great. Have a good year. Have a good time. Thank you so much for all these days. If you have any queries, you can even reply on the emails that you get for the certifications. Thank you so much. Take care.